Hello, hello. It's time for the show. We're back. I'm Ross Bolen. I am back. Your co-host Jared Borslow is back. Jared, say something so newbies know what you sound like.
Your dog is currently
Stop that, Bruce.
going at the soundproofing on the floor.
Our sound treatment is being attacked by Bruce. You know how when dogs get on blankets or like on a pillow, small dogs, also cats, and they do that thing where they knead at it, like, ooh, I'm going to make this more comfortable. Get it just how I want it. Well, the two objects that my dogs are currently doing that to are, one, some sound treatment, which is doing nothing but putting small holes in it and making it less effective. Bruce, stop doing that. Stop doing that, sir. And two, Bella doing it to a foam bed that does not move at all.
Yeah.
No logic to their actions, but they're cute, Jared.
I think Bruce is actually trying to ruin the sound treatment in this room.
Stop it, sir. The truth of the matter is you and I are in Bolen Media headquarters. We're recording late in the evening. Not typical for us.
It's 6:55 p.m.
But it's kind of nice. I kind of like the vibes. They're evening vibes.
We're also directly facing each other.
Just staring right into each other's eyes.
It's something that didn't hit me until right now when I looked at you. I don't think we've ever recorded a podcast.
No, we haven't.
We're literally looking directly at each other. We almost are forced to.
Yeah, our whole career, I actually have never sat down at a table or in a room until after you to make sure that I could take a seat where I didn't have to look you directly in the eye.
Yeah, you always try to seemingly avoid contact with me, like eye contact,
and physical contact.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that makes more sense, especially in the time of COVID.
Yeah, Jared, we always start Wednesday's show by talking cocaine, so we'll do that again today, sticking with tradition. Then we'll move on to technology, then get into some music. We might even close with some sports.
Oh.
Are you excited?
Me
too.
It sounds like a very, very nice and variety-filled rundown.
It's a variety show. You could call it that.
Oh, like SNL. Everybody loves SNL now.
Do they?
No, everybody hates SNL.
I don't wish to be compared to the Saturday Night Live, please.
Yeah, you're more of a Mad TV guy, right?
No, Jared, I'm not.
What about All That?
Everyone knows you are, though. I was a huge All That guy. Loved All That.
Who's your favorite All That character?
Will you admit to everyone here and now that you are a Mad TV guy? Like, that shit was made for people like you.
No, I hated Stewart. Stewart was my least favorite variety show character.
Stewart! Oh, no, that's the Minions. I'm sorry. You're talking about, I know Stewart.
Yeah, the baby with the red cheeks. I didn't like Stewart.
But he was very tall.
Bobby Lee has made a great career for himself after Mad TV.
Bobby Lee was a Mad TV guy?
Yes.
Didn't know that. Not a Mad TV guy.
Do you know who
Just
else
proved
was?
it.
Seth Meyers' brother Josh. Mad TV guy.
That's the kind of guy that is a Mad TV guy.
Yep.
Like your cousin. You know?
Josh Myers, people forget he exists.
I don't know who that is.
He looks exactly like Seth Meyers.
Oh, it's Seth Meyers' brother.
It's literally his brother.
Seth Meyers was the Weekend Update guy, right?
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
Now he's a late night host.
Oh.
This is
Late
creepy.
Night with Seth Meyers?
Okay. Josh Myers looks exactly like if you took Seth Meyers and combined him with Jordan Klepper.
This is very unimportant compared to the other things we have to talk about today, so I'm going to choose to move forward. Today's episode is brought to you by Felix Gray. There are a lot of blue light glasses on the market, but to lump all blue light glasses together is like lumping Honda Civics in with Teslas together as cars. Most clear blue light glasses filter 2 to 3% of blue light from screens. Felix Gray filters 15 times more. High-quality frame materials make Felix Gray durable. They're super lightweight, and their frames can be adjusted to fit however you need them to fit, however you prefer. I like my shit tight, so I shape them that way. These bad boys keep your ojos safe from the bad blue light. Okay? You need this. The original optical lenses relieve most eye strain symptoms from daily screen time. All of us are stuck staring at screens all day, every day, keeping up with our families through FaceTime, doing Zoom meetings for work. It's like legit 10 hours a day for Jared and I. So we experience the symptoms of eye strain by the end of the day. And my blind ass has worn contacts since I was like 12 years old and glasses. And so when my eyes are burnt out, worn out, at the end of the day, after a long, hard day of working and living in Austin, Texas, where the allergies are also hell, I turn to my Felix Grays for relief. I have the Nash frames, the Faraday. I wear them every single day. I have for a couple years now. Love them. Highly curated, timeless styles made from Italian acetate for stylish, durable, lightweight, super comfortable glasses. The industry-leading blue light lenses come standard at $95, or you can add your prescription at checkout starting at $145. Finally, a pair of glasses designed for the 21st century. Join the over 250,000 people that report noticeable relief from screen time with their Felix Grays. Go to FelixGrayGlasses.com/RBP to shop glasses that work as hard as you do. That's FelixGray FELIXGRAY glasses.com/RBP. Free shipping, free exchanges, 30-day money-back guarantee. FelixGrayGlasses.com/RBP. FelixGrayGlasses.com/RBP.
I have mine in the other room right now, my Felix Grays.
Mhm.
I wish I was wearing them because my computer's currently...
Blinding you?
Yes.
It is the end of the day, Jared. You should have on your Felix Grays. First segment. Insane headline of the day.
All right, what do we got?
In this recurring segment, when an insane headline catches our eye that we think the audience needs to be privy to, we discuss. And as we said, we always start Wednesday's show with blow. So here's your headline for today's show. Nearly 28 tons of cocaine seized after police access encrypted network. I know your nerdy ears perked up when I said that last two words, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Because it's encrypted?
The blockchain.
Yeah, why don't you tell us more about the blockchain and ETFs?
Ross, 28 tons is 56,000 pounds.
Okay, this is a lot of cocaine. This is from CNN. Police in Belgium say they have seized almost 28 tons of cocaine with a street value of, take a shot at it.
$500 million, $500 million.
1.65 billion.
What?
It's $1.5 billion plus some of cocaine.
How big is it? How do
So
you store it? How do you
They
move
gained access to some encrypted phone network used by criminals. It's actually really interesting, and they get to explaining this in a minute, so we'll get there. Police specialists gained access to encrypted messages from an encrypted messaging service called Sky ECC, which revealed detailed information about cocaine shipments. Here's a quote. During a judicial investigation into a potential service criminal organization suspected of knowingly providing encrypted telephones to the criminal environment, police specialists managed to crack the encrypted messages from Sky ECC. Last year, agencies in France and the Netherlands infiltrated a platform called EncroChat and shared the data via Europol. Europol? It's the thing that helps them police all of Europe, allowing police to monitor the private communications, including photos and millions of messages of criminals. So everyone listening right now, using like Whisper or Snapchat or any of the other 50 options that's pissing themselves, it's probably rightfully so.
Telegram.
EncroChat, which offered a secure mobile phone instant message service, was a, quote, criminal marketplace used by 60,000 people worldwide for coordinating the distribution of illicit goods, money laundering, and plotting to kill rivals, according to the UK's National Crime Agency. In July, the NCA said it had more than 746 arrests and seized $68 million in cash, 77 firearms, and more than 2 tons of drugs during Operation Venetic, the biggest ever operation of its kind in the UK, which was against the whole EncroChat operation. Wild.
I have a take.
Yes?
Do you think EncroChat was created by the authorities and seeded out so people would start doing illicit stuff on it so then they could be caught by the authorities?
It's one of the first things I ask myself every time somebody tells me about one of these new secret messaging services. I'm like, I wonder if this is the one set up by the government to just blatantly entrap all of us. But is that entrapment?
No, it's not entrapment. It's just.
I claim
spying on
entrapment every time there's legal action brought against me.
you. I assume.
I've been entrapped, Your Honor.
Yeah, I don't even know what entrapment really is. People seem to think it's something it's not.
Mm-hmm.
People think
It's where
like
they set you up.
yeah, it's where they set you up, but like.
But you're also allowed to do that. You just have to be undercover. It's confusing.
Well, if you're in a if you're
Let me
being
tell you, Jared,
interrogated,
the law,
yeah.
scary.
If you're being interrogated, Ross, they can be like, yeah, your buddy just confessed to it, so you might as well start talking too.
Why? Why are they allowed to lie to us?
I don't
Bullshit.
know. It is bullshit.
It's completely unfair. They can lie to us, but we can't lie back?
Well,
If they can lie, okay, if I can lie and it can be used against me in court, then I should be able to use that cop lie too to show that I was swayed illegally and entrapped.
yeah, but they'll say, did you actually do it? And you'll go, yeah, but he shouldn't have been such a good interrogator. I don't think that really flies.
Here's the thing that this doesn't answer that I would like an answer to, this column. Whose cocaine is this? Like, who had the order for 28 tons of cocaine? Did you watch 000 on Amazon?
No.
Okay, it's about the international drug smuggling situation. And that's what this reminds me of. Like, who the hell? Wouldn't this be like the top guy? Like the number one cocaine people in the world are the people in charge of this 28 tons of cocaine? Or is it really just a shit ton of little criminals that were using an app? I find that hard to believe. Someone has to be in charge of this blowski.
So, is it one large shipment that's that big, or is it that's how much they collected across the entire EncroChat network.
It sounds like across the entire network. So maybe that wasn't one bust.
Okay. So that's something.
I mean, it's one bust technically,
Yeah.
but there are lots of photos of the cocaine, though. It's a lot of cocaine. Cocaine. You don't want none of this shit, do we?
Yeah, I'm definitely thinking that authorities owned EncroChat. How else could it's encrypted? How do they get in?
You ever seen blow packaged like this?
That looks like
Where it's
ramen.
a little yellowy?
That looks like
Yeah.
ramen.
It just looks a little cracky. Crack. You don't want to do it like that. That hasn't been cut yet.
Oh, with
You don't want to do it at all because drugs are bad.
They cut cocaine with baby powder and
Laxative.
laxative.
For sure.
And ground up bones. They go to, that's the thing. Cemeteries have a lot of bones.
Pet cemeteries. They go dig up
Yep.
old pets. They ground up the bones. They use the bones as a cutting agent for the cocaine.
People
Don't do
know
cocaine,
that.
kids.
That's like a big reason. If you do cocaine, you're haunted by the ghosts of family pets.
28 tons.
It's a lot. Too much.
That's too much blow. It's too much. Don't do drugs, kids. You know what you should do? Liquid IV. Today's episode is brought to you by Liquid IV. Jared and I push ourselves to the limit every single week, recording many hours of podcasts and gaming hard with sweaty listeners and making as much love as humanly possible. When we push our bodies hard, or we're just feeling run down, it's extremely important to take care of ourselves with the proper vitamins and nutrients. That's why Liquid IV created their Hydration Multiplier Plus Immune Support to maintain and strengthen your immune system. I usually have one first thing in the morning before or after a workout. I replace that 3 p.m. coffee with one of these puppies, too, for funsies. Jared, you and I might be the biggest Liquid IV fans in the entire world. We love it. We drink it every day. We make social media posts when we do it.
I drink it.
People need to know about it.
Minimum one a day. I already had mine today. You were there. There's no better feeling than ripping that top off
You
the
were
Liquid
there.
IV.
I watched. It was sexual and violent.
It's got a great rip. You know, sometimes you rip it and like a little bit stays on there. It doesn't go off straight.
I don't appreciate companies that don't do a good job with their tearing and their ripping. The ripping and the tearing. Liquid IV, the best ripping and the tearing since fucking Hedonism 6, okay? They've got vitamin C, zinc, Wellmune in a convenient single-serving packet to help strengthen your immune system. Vitamin C is well known to help protect your body and support good health. Zinc, the second most abundant trace mineral in your body, supports immune cell health and function. Wellmune is a naturally sourced beta-glucan that's proven to help strengthen your immune system. Each packet is bursting with fresh, natural tangerine flavor. Liquid IV really is delicious. It can provide 2 to 3 times more hydration than water alone. And when you purchase Liquid IV, you're joining their mission to help people live better lives everywhere. With every purchase, Liquid IV donates a serving of Liquid IV to someone in need. They've donated more than 4+ million servings in response to COVID-19. Products are being donated to hospitals, first responders, food banks, veterans, and active military. It's amazing.
Yeah, so
Liquid IV. Get your Liquid IV Hydration Multiplier Plus Immune Support in bulk at Costco or order online and get 25% off when you go to liquidiv.com and use the code ROSS at checkout. That's liquidiv.com, code ROSS when you check out for 25% off anything you order when you get better hydration today using promo code ROSS at liquidiv.com.
tangerine is one flavor. That's the immune support hydration multiplier. There's strawberry, watermelon, passion fruit, guava, lemon lime, lemon ginger. They got everything. Delicious. Buy it. Code
Next
Ross.
segment.
Code Ross.
Code Ross. The case for cell phone cases. So I had to get a new phone this week. My old phone, it was in a bad spot. The back had a piece of it cracked off. You know how when you drop your phone and it like gets that first little crack and you're like, oh shit, here we go, it's begun. And then it's like an 8-month slide until the phone just looks like somebody hit it with a sledgehammer over and over, and then there's like pieces missing from the back, and next thing you know, you're on a phone call and a piece of glass slips out and like goes down into your fucking ear hole and you lose hearing in that side of your whole ear. You know how that goes? It was that. And I was sitting on the couch and my phone slipped out of my pocket, because you know how every pocket was designed so that phones fall right out of them?
Athleisure is the worst thing to ever happen to cell phones.
Yes, it's very, very true, Jared. No one can argue with that fact. And it slipped out. It hit the ground. I heard it. But then I also heard like a secondary noise. And when I picked it up, a chunk had fallen out of the back. And I was like, no biggie. But when I turned over to the front, it's not that there was any glass missing. It had spiderwebbed a bit. But the more alarming thing was the Cyclops laser coming through the front of my phone. From top to bottom, just a single solitary bar of the brightest light you've ever seen. And speaking of Felix Gray's earlier, I literally had to, this is morning, take out my contacts and wear them all day the one day I had to use the phone in this condition, because it was like literally putting 50,000 cc's of blue light into each individual eye.
Let me like give people a visual for this because I saw this. I was shocked. Ross goes, "Hey,
Dude,
Jared."
the people at the
check my
Apple
phone out.
store were like, hey, Jim, get over here. You ever fucking seen anything? It was like the scene in Something About Mary where Ben Stiller zips his dick up in his pants. The cop comes through the window and then calls over the whole neighborhood. They had every employee surrounding me like, what did you do? How?
So literally top to bottom, there was one probably like centimeter wide bar all the way top to bottom, one stripe. And I'm not kidding.
The lightsaber.
It's like a lightsaber. It was so ungodly bright, it actually hurt your eyes.
No, like really, that part's not a joke. Like, I'm dead ass. I think this was like unrestricted flow of blue light directly into my eyes. Had to get the Felix Grays out. Thank God I had them.
It's like
Use
a
code,
portal to another world.
What is it? FelixGrayGlasses.com/RBP. Goddamn right.
Yeah, so I'm happy
Anyway,
that
it
your
was.
eyes work still.
So I had to go to the doctor, the Apple store. They're amazed. Everyone gathers around. I end up getting the stupid new phone, right?
Mm-hmm.
What is it?
12 Pro Max.
12 Pro Max
Mm-hmm.
X 3.0. Yeah. And as I've shared on the show before, I am a no phone case guy. All right? Unless I'm hiking or playing golf, because I had a bad experience one time. I don't like the phone rattling around in the golf cart either, in the cup holder. Your buddy's idiot beer spills on it or something. You need a phone case if you're going to play golf, even if you're a naked and free guy like me. But one time I was on a golf course and I put my phone on the top of the golf cart and the golf cart drove away and the phone fell out and the phone exploded and I've worn a case on the course ever since. It's like that, first time you get an STD scare and then you wear condoms for the rest of your life if you're smart. I never did. But
Even when you're not having sex.
yes, just right now I have 2 on because I knew you and I were going to have to sit this close together and you make me uncomfortable.
Makes sense. Can I say right now, you have either broken or lost more Apple products than most people will own in their entire lifetime.
I completely agree with that statement. I completely agree. It's been a minute, though, since I fell into this type of disarray where it was just like clear by looking at my phone that I don't have my shit together. Like, you know how you look at somebody's phone and you go, that guy's going through it right now. That's what my phone looked like. You saw it.
It was bad.
You were there.
The worst I've ever seen. Not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Back shattered front lightsaber.
Yeah. And
You've also lost how many pairs of AirPods and Ubers?
probably 4. I think I'm on 4. At one point last year or the year before, there was like a Japanese TikTok influencer or some shit who admitted that he was on like pair number 246 of AirPods. And people lost their fucking minds. So I don't feel too bad about the 4, is what I'm saying. The point is, though, you, Jared, are a cased-in little sad boy living scared of the cracks to come. Explain yourself, you cowering coward.
Yeah, I've always had a case. And
Always. You've never been a naked and free guy, so you don't even know what it feels like to be this sexy.
Only when I'm like taking it out to clean it every so often would I ever be a naked and free guy. You're gonna hate this take. Ready?
Yeah.
I just got the. I'm not a total stunt flex daddy like Ross. I only got the 12 Pro. Ross has the 12 Pro Max. Stunt on me, daddy. Pretty
It's called
comfortable.
overcompensating
It is.
for my calves.
I did something I've never done before. Not only did I get a case, I bought the antimicrobial glass screen protector that I currently have.
Now, when you say antimicrobial, what does that mean?
It's billed as being antimicrobial. Do I know what antimicrobial
What are
means?
microbes?
They're little tiny obes.
Okay, so here's what I think the inference is. That phone is somehow less likely to give you COVID-19.
That's why I got it, yeah.
Don't you think that's the selling point, though? They threw that bitch at me. They go, hey, they're like, here's your brand new iPhone 12 Pro X 3.0. Do you want a microbial fucking screen cover? And I was like, you son of a bitch. I just got this phone. Now you're making me scared of it.
Yep.
How dare you try to sully this experience? Frankly, it's stuff like that that's made me a naked and free guy, that made me strip down back to my core and accept that if shit breaks, it breaks.
I will say yesterday I was using kitchen shears in the kitchen, and I was being
Where the fuck else would you use them? Were you using kitchen shears in the bathroom recently?
I do that sometimes.
Oh, for the pubes.
Well, no.
It's because we don't have Manscaped as a sponsor anymore.
Yeah, true.
Don't buy their products
Until they sponsor
until they
us,
pay
yeah.
us again.
Yeah.
Because right now we're shear guys. Kitchen shears.
Well, kitchen shears look exactly like scissors. They just are. They just come
They're just
apart
bigger.
easier, and they come apart easy, so you can wash them in the dishwasher.
Uh-huh.
So I'll use those around the house, and then sometimes you're too lazy to wash them, but then you're like, oh, I'm about to touch this to food. It's kind of gross.
Hold on, I'm going to ask you something that may be offensive to you as a kitchen guy. Are you saying that you call the scissors in my kitchen shears?
No, those are
Because
scissors.
they come apart.
No, those are, they have
The colorful ones don't come
Exactly.
apart. But I had some ones that come apart
Yeah.
that came with my cutlery.
Yes, and those are kitchen shears.
But they're just scissors, Jared.
No, the kitchen shears.
But they're also scissors.
They're a little stronger, so you can cut through bones when you're like spatchcocking a chicken, and they come apart so you can wash them.
When I what to a chicken, sir?
Spatchcock.
Why would I ever do that to a chicken? What does that mean, seriously?
It's when you cut off the backbone and then spread it out so it cooks evenly in the oven.
Yeah, spread it out.
I'm gonna have to cook for you sometime.
Not if it involves a spatchcock, you won't.
I'll whip out
Or
my
spreading it out.
I'll whip out my spatchcock and absolutely show you what this chicken's all about.
Take it out and clean it like you were talking about earlier.
Well, anyways, the kitchen shears fell out of my hand, and I got a small crack in my screen protector, which would have cracked my screen if I didn't have the screen protector. It's already paying for itself.
Crack! Theoretically. You think this is the strongest fucking iPhone ever, though, bro. Did you know?
Yeah, apparently you can be really, really heavy-handed in the kitchen with flour and whatever these commercials are about.
Are you old enough to remember back when like a new iPhone would come out and it legitimately did like change the whole goddamn phone? They'd be like, and now we've invented iMessage, and everyone's brains exploded all over the fucking planet. That was so long ago. Now it's like, just come get the new one, dumbass.
Camera's a little bit better.
You know what it is? Apple and fucking Activision handle their rollouts the same way. The Call of Duty guys, the Apple guys, they don't care about us anymore. The little customer down here, they don't give a shit because they know we're going to buy their stupid product. So they just roll out the new one. They throw in like one new fucking gun and tell us to screw off.
Tim Apple doesn't care about common people.
They don't. It's true.
It's Kanye West.
That's Kanye doing Tim Apple instead of George W.
Yeah. I mean,
I'll be Mike Myers.
I'll say this. I
Yeah.
respect you for being a no-case guy. I do.
Okay.
Couldn't be me, though.
I respect you for being a case guy.
No, you don't.
I kind of do. It seems more comforting. Like, I live in fear. You live in a place of peace. But
yeah,
the sexiness is undeniable. Where is it, Jared? It's just so goddamn good looking. Here it is.
it looks really good.
Just look at the fucking
It's
finish.
blue.
I got the blue one. There's like 9 colors now. I don't like all these options. I miss the past. I'm getting old. So I say
Yeah.
stuff like this now. Why aren't there only 2 options or 1? You used to not even get to pick. They just threw a phone at you.
You had a good point earlier.
There's a fucking mini in there. You can go get the Austin Powers phone now. There's a tiny iPhone. Was that for children? What is that? Elves?
You have small hands.
Small hands.
But you made a good point earlier,
Connies.
Russ, about
Smell like cabbage.
the new iPhones. Like, the only reason I got the new one was because I had a shattered as fuck screen, and I wanted a new phone. There's nothing like, oh my god, I need the new phone. It's got 2 more megapixels.
That doesn't happen anymore.
No, what's cool about this phone? It has a really good camera. That's it.
That's the last 5, though.
Oh, no, the MagSafe,
The
Ross.
last 3 or 4.
The MagSafe, you can now wirelessly charge your
Yeah,
phone.
whatever. The last 3 or 4, when you go, hey, for real, what's the deal? They just go, yeah, the camera's a little better. I'm like, a little better than fucking 4K or UHD? How many different Dude, I'm not doing photography of like outer space from my backyard. It's you and me fucking around making TikToks. Why in God's name do we need 4K video? We now hold in the palm of our hands something that you that's why you got that case on. It
My
just slipped
phone
and
just
fell off
fell.
his chair. We now hold in the palm of our hands something that, like, back in the day would have been like 18 metric tons of shit that dudes had to carry around to shoot a whole movie with. Now it's in our fucking phone. Thanks, Tim Apple.
Can I blow your mind?
Do it.
The next iPhone is going to have no ports. No charging port.
They don't even give you a charger with this one. Did
No.
you notice that?
They give you a cord, and that's it.
I'm cool with this. Stop giving us so much shit. I got a whole drawer in my house filled with Apple products that I've never touched, which if you extrapolate that out over the course of the globe, seems like a major misuse of materials.
Well, most people don't have as many as you, considering you've owned 35 different Apple products already, but I understand what you're saying.
Well, look, in fairness, this is an Apple computer. There's an Apple TV behind you. I've got the Apple logo tattooed on my undercarriage.
Your taint.
My taint, my grundle,
That
if
hurt?
you will.
That must have hurt.
I was under. I had them dose me with horse trank, Special K. I was high.
Were you in the K hole?
Jokes. We do jokes here. You guys ever heard of jokes? Good stuff. Putting a case on your phone in 2021 is like wearing your T-shirt to the pool. Like, we all get it. We know what's under there. Just own it. Jared's phone just fell off again. That's the definition of insanity. You put it back in the same place and expected different results, and now you're paying the price.
That was stupid of me.
You stupid Jared.
I'm not picking it up.
Next segment. Been looking forward to this. Paul Pierce's infamous Instagram Live. If you missed the news, notable NBA legend and champion, former Boston Celtic, also Brooklyn Net, Paul Pierce was fired from ESPN because he went live on Instagram smoking a blunt in a room filled with exotic dancers dancing exotically. It was hilarious and amazing, and frankly, I look forward to him being employed by Barstool Sports inevitably. It seems like a no-brainer. Did you get to watch this video?
Well,
we put up a clip of a voiceover, right, because people went and made memes out of this thing left and right. But in the actual video, did you see the actual video?
no, I texted Ross last night, oh my God, I can't believe what Paul Pierce said, and Ross goes, that was a voiceover.
Yeah, because on our Instagram, at the Ross Bolen podcast, we put up a funny joke that somebody made that 50 Cent posted that was like a voiceover of the video that Paul Pierce actually did. Well, I watched the actual video, and the man was clearly very, very, very fucked up. And I can't really tell if he thought he was on FaceTime with one of his boys or he thought he was like making a story, but you could tell he's real confused. He's like, why is there like all these bubble, like people are tapping the screen and shit, commenting. You can tell he was like, what the fuck? But then these strippers are just so hot, you know, that he's just distracted. He's like, fuck it. Who cares what's really happening with my phone? And the fact that it's recording me and then I can see myself, I'm not all that concerned with that. So I'm just going to go ahead and carry on. And then he did. And
what was it? Do the doodle. The doodle drop.
The doodle drop. He's got this, like, these bitches were moving, man. They were doing it. They were doing the dance moves.
I've never seen strippers
shaking the titties
in a very well-lit room. That was the weirdest part of it.
That was disturbing to me. Their lights were on far too high, Jared. Have you ever been in one of your favorite bars with the lights on? Like you go back the next day to get your car keys or like grab the knife you dropped under the sink when you were using the piss? And the lights are on and you're like, well, that sucks. I can never come back here. Because it's ruined for me because there's blood stains and cum stains and everything looks awful. It's awful. Now, apply that to strippers and multiply it by 30. That's what Paul Pierce was living in this reality.
That's when you watch the video, like, focus on that. It's really jarring to see strippers in a very well-lit room.
Like, hit the lights, bro.
Yeah.
It's just kind of a thing you do in the dark. Like, you strip in the dark. It's, like, disrespectful almost to have the lights on. Like they're trying to perform here. This shit's distracting. That's part of the element of it, the guise of it all.
Imagine you're at a play at a theater and the lights are all the way up. Like what? What is this, rehearsal?
You're taking away all of my ability to pretend that that's a perfect human dancing naked for me with absolutely no moral issues, drug problems, financial problems, or otherwise psychological problems.
What? So I am not familiar with like.
Shout out to all the exotic dancers.
What?
Y'all are amazing. It's just jokes.
What is the event that they were at? It looked like there was a poker night, a poker table.
I couldn't tell if it was a bachelor party, but Paul Pierce is married, by the way, and I'm yet to see a comment from his wife on this, which I'm interested in, because he didn't seem to give a fuck. He put up a video the next day after ESPN fired him of him laughing, like sort of hungover looking, and I found that to be amusing. I'll be honest with you, never a Paul Pierce fan. Never liked the guy, was generally annoyed by him and thought his game was boring. Realized he's one of the all-time greats, but like there was no flash to it. And then there was that whole wheelchair thing. I never liked Paul Pierce.
He pooped his pants, right?
Yes. He absolutely shit himself mid-game and faked an injury to get wheeled off the court in a wheelchair so that he could come back out 10 minutes later, look like a hero, but really he just needed to take a dump. I'm 99.9% sure. And they've called him out on this, and then it turned into like a denial on this whole thing. Anyway, I never liked him. Now, Jared, I'm all in on Paul Pierce. And it's not about the strippers. I'm not a stripper guy. I've said this. It's not again, nothing against strippers at all. I'm just not stripper guy. I've never really understood the strip club. It creeps me out and makes me laugh way more than it like does what it's supposed to do, which I think is like make you horny or make you spray money out of your asshole. Either way, I don't do either of those things. I just go and I generally laugh and I sit around and I go, God, this is fucked. Yeah, and then I go home.
There's something that's always been like really intriguing to me about strip clubs. The idea is that you and your boys are going there to get horny together.
Okay, but I am totally with you. This is why from the day one, like the first time I got invited to a strip club, I was just like, but from like a fundamental standpoint, like I was just like, I remember being like, I really hope the girls are hot because, like, everything else about this is wrong. Like, we're going to get juiced up together, throw back very overpriced drinks, and then throw money at these women while we try to become enragingly horny together.
Another
That's
thing about
the
strip
goal.
clubs. Another thing about strip clubs is that the drinks, while being way, way overpriced,
Are terrible.
and the food is so cheap.
And is apparently quite good.
Why is it
But I
backwards
can't-
like that?
I can't eat in a place where I could see a stranger's asshole. That's the thing about strip club food. I've never been able to do it. I know people who go for lunch. We've talked about this before. Like, I've got buddies, like, back in college, who used to, like, hit the titter for, like, a steak at lunch. And I was like, you're going to go to prison one day. I know that because you're a psycho. I could never wrap my head around it. I can't eat food in a place where I can see a butthole several feet from me.
Okay, how about this? Could you eat butthole
In a place where I could eat food,
where there's just food near you?
it's going to be a circumstantial maybe from me. But the important thing is I've never understood eating at strip clubs. So the drinks wildly overpriced, the food cheap, and apparently good in most good strip clubs. Still I can't make sense of why you would do it. Also, why would you, and it's even weirder. Think about it. Okay, you go in a group of 10 guys, 10 dudes with swinging dicks, which means at least 2 of you are gay already. Then you go, you're probably already drunk on the way. You're in a limo together. There's 10 of you in the limo, 10 dudes. Weird. 10 guys, 10 allegedly straight guys
You already are looking at me.
going to the strip club to get horny together, looking at women that they'll never see again, giving them their money, and then leaving together.
Still horny.
Even hornier. Why? How did anybody ever buy into this concept? It's just awful. I don't get it. Should we go to a strip club
Maybe.
and go live on Instagram?
Yeah.
Fire ourselves? I don't understand it psychologically. It doesn't fit for me. So, back to Paul Pierce, because he's the one who's supposed to be in trouble here, not me. From CNN Business. CNN Business has to report on this. ESPN fired NBA analyst Paul Pierce after the Boston Celtics legend posted a racy Instagram live video over the weekend. The video featured Pierce in a room with exotic dancers. The cable sports network ended its working relationship with Pierce Monday, an industry source told CNN Business. ESPN declined to comment on Pierce leaving the network. Representatives for Pierce also did not immediately respond for requests to comment. The news of Pierce's firing was first reported by Front Office Sports. What the fuck is that? The racy nature of the live stream was likely a breaking point for ESPN, a company owned by the family-friendly Walt Disney Company. Also, Pierce and others in the video do not appear to be wearing masks or following COVID protocols that have been set up by the network.
That's why he was fired, right?
Oh, the COVID protocols got him, Jared. Wasn't the scrippers, wasn't the blunt, wasn't the total lack of life behind his eyes. While he was live on Instagram broadcasting a private titty show, it was the COVID protos. They got him.
They'll get you.
Get you every time. Speaking of sports,
yeah.
whether you're a basketball fan or a fan of sports in general, everyone knows that March is time for college basketball to shine, which it already did. And we hope you enjoyed it with us on mybookie.ag. But there are no shortage of opportunities to cash in this year. We've got Major League Baseball in full swing again. My Astros currently crushing, even though people are still mocking them for the 2017 World Series in which they allegedly cheated using trash cans to bang on to signal pitch counts. Did you see that someone threw an inflated, large, fake trash can into the outfield
No, I don't watch the Astros.
during one of our recent games? I don't actually watch many of the regular season games so far because there are a lot of them. And frankly, it's mostly the announcers talking about how he cheated 4 years ago, which I'm just sick of hearing about at this point.
It seems kind of disingenuous that you would like be an Astros fan and wear Astros gear on Astros game days,
Like I am right now.
and then not watch the game.
Not all of the games. I keep track of what happened in them, though. I watch if Lance pitches. I watched because Ryan pitched yesterday. That's neither here nor there. What is there is mybookie.ag, where you use the code RBP when you sign up, when you bet on baseball or basketball or football or soccer or hockey or any of the other sports that exist. Sometimes even television, entertainment, politics. They got every prop bet you could want. You got live betting options. MyBookie.ag. You go, use the code RBP when you sign up to secure your first deposit bonus up to $1,000. That's promo code RBP to claim your free cash bonus. Stipulations apply. And add even more excitement to the sports you love. Bet anything, anywhere, anytime with MyBookie. MyBookie.ag. Go today. Use the promo code RBP. Next segment. DMX, What These Bitches Want, lyrics. So DMX is still on life support today. In support of him, I'm going to read one of the best verses he ever wrote. And then, on Friday, on patreon.com/Ross Bolen podcast, I will be discussing DMX's, the more serious side of his life and persona. His addiction and mental health struggles, which there's actually a lot more to that I didn't know about. He's done more interviews about basically his young life and how he got introduced to drugs and rap, and that I was not privy to prior to this recent disaster that has put him on life support and a heart attack. And I'm looking forward to talking about it because it turns out DMX is a pretty inspiring individual on a lot of different levels that I didn't realize. I think it's always been easy to kind of sweep him into that fuck-up category. Often us fuck-ups are kind of the diamonds in the rough, and I think that was the case with X, is the case. I hope he pulls through, as we said last week when we began talking about him and his current health struggles. In addition to talking about the serious side of DMX in terms of his addiction and mental health struggles, we're also going to do a short history of Sisqó's Thong Song, which I promise is relevant. Jared's looking at me like I'm crazy, because Sisqó is featured on the DMX song we are discussing today.
Oh, okay.
So you've got that to look forward to this week on patreon.com/Ross Bolen podcast. So What These Bitches Want, Sisqó of Drew Hill, Sisqó from the Thong Song, let me see that thong, 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 thong. You remember.
Yeah.
He sings the chorus of this song. He's just there for the chorus. The rest of the song is DMX. But just those two individuals as characters and personalities are hysterical, like in the same music video. This music video, top notch. Now I will read you this verse, Jared. I may have made Micah do this at some point in the first 100 episodes. I'm not sure, but I'm going to do it myself now out of respect for DMX. So here we go. Here's verse 2, one of the best rap verses ever written from 1999's What These Bitches Want, featuring Sisqó. There was Brenda, Letitia, Linda, Felicia, Dawn, LaShawn, Enos, and Alicia. Teresa, Monica, Sharon, Nikki, Lisa, Veronica, Karen, Vicky, Cookie, well, I met her in an ice cream parlor. Tanya, Diane, Lori, and Carla. Marina, Selena, Katrina, Sabrina. About 3 Kims, Latoya, and Tina. Shelly, Bridget, Kathy, Rashida, Kelly, Nicole, Angel, Juanita, Stacy, Tracy, Rona, and Rhonda. Donna, Ulanda, Tawana, and Wanda. We're all treated fairly, but yet and still, bitches is on some other shit now that I'm fucking with Drew Hill. But I'ma keep it real. What the fuck you want from a player? What the fuck you want from a player? That's on some Dr. Seuss shit right there. That's called pure genius.
About 3 Kims. He's not even totally sure how many Kims there were.
He didn't even take the time to calculate the exact number of Kims. He just went, Kim, okay, that Kim, okay, another Kim. Well, there were at least 3. Fuck it. About 3 of them. The Kims. How many Kims? At least 3.
Was one of the names Rona? Like coronavirus?
R-O-H-N-A. How the fuck would you say that? Rona? Rona?
I say Rona. I don't know that
My
name.
favorite is Marina, Selena, Katrina, Sabrina. That's the best bar.
It's not a bar.
That's a bar.
You cannot call that a
That's
bar.
bars, dude. How
Just,
dare you
you're just
just
saying names.
The
It's
man's
not a
on
bar.
life support. These names rhyme.
Still not a bar.
Anyway, it is one of the fun. Like, the first verse is totally normal. Then verse 2 comes up, and it's literally him listing women and about 3 Kims. And you're just like, by the time Sisqó's singing the chorus again, you're just like, I'm amazed and disgusted with what just happened. It was incredible. Like, just a great moment in rap history.
Do you think he had sex with all those women?
Oh, every single one of them.
All 3?
And about 3 Kims. So respect to DMX. We will talk about him on Friday a little bit. I do want to get into the serious side of him. Not that his music isn't serious. I've been banging DMX the last few days. The man had jams, undeniable jams, and was a real lyricist in a lot of ways that people don't give him credit for. So, respect to DMX. I still hope he pulls through. This episode of RBP is also brought to you by Cuts Clothing. Fellas, the sport of business means demanding excellence from your craft and wardrobe. Your fits need to be versatile, blending timeless style and comfort so that you look as good as you feel. And for that, there's Cuts Clothing, Jared. They've taken a classic men's fashion staple, the plain tee, and refined it, combining premium quality with a minimalistic aesthetic. Their shirts, their polos, their hoodies, all the Cuts stuff, their crew sweatshirts are made for the man who works hard, plays hard, and never settles for less, all in the sport of business. Built for performance in the boardroom, the bar, or the gym. Cuts Clothing keeps you sharp wherever the game takes you. Take a plain tee, but make it Tony Stark. The bleeding edge of fabric technology meets the man confident enough to wear it. Cuts Clothing. Seriously, though, every single one of their T-shirts is incredible. I'm a big T-shirt guy. I would never lie to you about T-shirts. Best T-shirts ever. Cuts Clothing. Go get 15% off your first order when you go to cutsclothing.com/RBP. Entrepreneurs, mavericks, athletes, podcast hosts, Jareds, everyone loves Cuts. Everyone.
Right now, you can't honestly tell me you don't have room for a great plain T-shirt.
Just an incredible, well-built, comfortable, fine-looking tee.
Everybody's got room for that.
Everybody needs this staple. You know what I'm saying?
Just get one, try it out, and then get more because you're going to love it.
You're going to get 15% off. You just get 15% off when you go to cutsclothing.com/RBP. That's cutsclothing.com/RBP for 15% off the only shirt worth wearing. Next and final segment. The 2,000-mile Tesla Model 3 review.
I'm looking forward to this because you haven't let me ride in your car yet, so I'd like to hear about your car secondhand.
You're not even allowed to look at it.
It's true.
I don't take it out of the garage until Jared's cleared the block because I don't want him to see it. He's not allowed to see it. But I have officially been driving the Tesla Model 3 for 2,000 miles, and the time has come to give it a proper review. I know I've harped on, it's awesome, totally love it, or whatever, but like a serious review because, it's a fucking car. It costs like $35,000 or whatever if you buy it. It's a lot of money. People should know if I actually like the thing, right? I do. I love it. But let me just say up front, you absolutely do not need full self-driving. The full self-driving feature right now is $10,000, okay? FSD, as they call it. The regular safety features on the car and autopilot and all that shit that every car has now, the Tesla version, it does more than enough for most people, okay? You absolutely do not need to pay the $10K. It's tight, but really only adds a few features that you aren't getting with the normal car right now. It certainly doesn't feel like it's worth $10,000. If you told me it was $2,000, maybe. But it's changing like a couple different things about your map that they've already integrated some of those into the regular people's cars who don't have full self-driving now. And it's really just giving you the ability to enable full-blown autopilot, which will like take you to your exit and exit you off the highway. But like, do you really need that? I can tell you straight up, no, you do not, and I barely use it. Look, these are very fun cars to drive. It's like driving around a little fucking race car. They're super goddamn insanely fast. Like the jump off of a stoplight is crazy. Like, it's fucking awesome. So they're fun to drive. You want to be swinging around. Even me, panic attack behind the wheel guy, which I'll get to in a second. I love driving the thing. It is super fun as long as I'm not on a highway. Then I'm miserable still because I have this weird panic disorder with me driving on highways. But the full self-driving is great for that. Just like I said when I talked about it briefly when I bought it.
So you're still happy you got the full self-driving for you, but you think people who don't suffer from panic
do
disorder
not need that. Or if there's not some circumstance that would cause you to need an extra added layer of like super comfort behind the wheel on the highway, or maybe you do a ton of road trips where you would like to be able to like take phone calls more comfortably, then I could see it. But then it's like, why are you in a fucking Tesla that you have to stop and charge every 230 miles if you're me? Which, by the way, as part of the review, I haven't had to supercharge this motherfucker at all. You absolutely do not buy the $500 wall plug. In fact, if you need one, I've got one. Buy it off of me, please. They're insanely expensive to install and unnecessary unless you're driving a ton. I drive to and from work. I have never come close to running out of power with this thing. I don't even think I've broken the halfway point. I just get home, I plug in the plug that it came with. By morning, I'm good to go again. That's it. Now, granted, this has not solved all of my panic attack and anxiety issues at all in life, of course, but also not behind the wheel. It's still a struggle, and there are many days still, especially when things are really stressful, which, frankly, they have been of late. I will still pick the comfort of not driving sometimes. Depends on the circumstances. I kind of have to play it based on my own personal mental health shit. It's neither here nor there. The point is, it is phenomenally comforting behind the wheel on the highway when I have a panic attack to know that I can use full self-driving to safely get myself off the highway and parked somewhere that I can calm down, right? That's the thing about it that really, really, really is huge for me and that I really do enjoy and that is worth what I paid was $8,000, bumped up to $10,000 after I bought, but it was worth it to me. But that's another piece to this puzzle. This is a very affordable vehicle compared to what people think. Mine was like over 40, but again, I paid the $8,000 just for the full self-driving. So that means you can get this for what I'm driving for under $40,000. I also might need to add I own Tesla stock. I bought it immediately after ordering the car. This is not financial advice. I'm just saying it's an affordable vehicle. Like, I have friends who have spent like $50K on a truck, and then I told them how much the Tesla was, and they're like, I just see the life leave their body. It's like, God, what? Because it's affordable compared to what you would think, right? Now, you can make these motherfuckers expensive super fast.
What are some customization options?
So there's like 3 levels to the Model 3. It's the standard range, which I got. Then there's like the next level up, and then there's one more level up from that, I think. Or maybe there's only 2 with the Model 3. It doesn't matter, but there's levels with each vehicle. And you see them on their website. It's very plain, and like each one costs more than the last, and each one is more premium. So like if you go anything up from level 1, you're getting a totally different sound system. That's the kind of cool thing about Tesla. They have narrowed down the amount of choices you have to make. You can't go in and like customize the shit out of the car. They're like, here are the picks, make one, and get back to us. There's 5 fucking colors, there's 3 types of each car, and there's 4 types of cars. Go. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking about this the other day, and of course that's how it starts, right? Now, 50 years from now, there's going to be 40 fucking models, and they'll be like every other car dealership, and it'll be a nightmare, right? But we're in the fun part, so enjoy it. But you can make them expensive very fast. Like the S-Type and the Model X, and those are, look, they're very nice, very, very expensive cars. But this fucker I'm driving, look, man, that's the nicest car I've ever driven by far. Not even close. And it costs less than one of the other cars I drove. Like, that's fucking crazy.
Yeah, I plan to get a Tesla once my Nissan Sentra 2008 SL finally shits the bed.
If you've been listening to this show, and Jared, I don't appreciate you being made to make me look like I'm car shaming you. If you've been listening to this show for a long time, you know I sometimes say the letter Z instead of S. People have said it's a Houston thing. I don't know. I do it a lot. You do it with the word Tesla. When I don't do it, you say Tesla.
Tesla.
That's a Tesla over there. Zzz.
What else do you say weird besides milk?
Milk. Oh man, Uz. Uz is one that I do with a Z. Uz.
I have one I do. Bagel. I say
bagel.
We both say it. Bagel.
Bagel.
I don't say bagel.
What do people say?
You say it right.
Bagel is correct.
I say bagel.
Bagel. Oh, that's not right.
Begel.
Bagel. Let me have a bagel.
Bagel.
I'm going to eat a bagel in my Tesla.
So I say bagel. I say, what else do I say? I don't know. I have other weird stuff I say.
A lot of anti-Semitic stuff. I know that.
I don't say that. I am Jewish. Do you ever say mountain?
Mountain.
I say mountain.
Mountain.
Mountain. I don't say the T. Mountain.
What's your deal, guy?
I don't know. It's kind of weird.
Huh. Messing up words and such? Interesting strategy, Cotton. Oh, also, any of the colors are amazing. Do not talk yourself into one thinking like, oh, well, only the black's going to look good or only the white. The fucking red and blue are beautiful too. I know. Say it.
Okay, so ever since I decided I wanted a Tesla, whenever my car shits the bed, because I have a worse car than Ross, I have a shitty car. He has a nice car. I've been looking.
I just had a shitty car.
Every time I drive by a Tesla,
yeah,
I look at it and I judge the color.
Okay, what do you think so far?
Okay, been talking about this with my girlfriend too. We think sometimes the red is way too shiny, but sometimes the red's not that shiny.
Here's the thing about their paints you need to know. Different lightings, totally different play. So like my car in some light looks almost like purplish. In others, it's silver. In actuality, the title of the color is Midnight Silver Metallic or some shit. But all of their paint colors are this like brilliant, version of the color that from different angles and different lights, that was the thing about the red and the blue for me. I was like, these are too bright. These look like fucking Mattel cars or something.
Exactly.
Like, what happened here?
They're really bright.
I'm telling you that's not the case. Do not let yourself be fooled by this. It's some weird outward perception of what other people might think of your bright-ass car. They're fucking fine.
I couldn't do white.
Go stand next to one. I can't do white either because of the bird shit. I can't handle it. And the fucking, all the other shit in the air. Just the shit.
I would either get gray, black.
It's midnight silver metallic.
Okay.
Show some fucking respect.
Midnight silver metallic, black, or blue.
I don't think any of them are called like just that, but yeah. I stand by my choice. Don't get me wrong. Midnight silver metallic is a beaut. But I am now in the camp that believes all of their colors are very, very nice. I hated the red and blue when I was shopping, and now I'm like, you know what? I could be blue car guy one day. Like, I could drive a blue car.
Well, you hate the red and blue because you hate America, right?
Red fish, blue fish, one fish, two fish. Hate America? God, no, Jared. I love it here. Home of the brave, land of the free, and me. In all seriousness, everyone knows I love America, right?
People have been
Fucking
saying.
better.
You got a little American flag next to you right now.
Guys, a full-blown... Hell, Jared, this here's a golf bag and an American flag. You ever seen anything more American than that? I don't fucking think so. Get off my lawn. There's no lawn for you to get off of right now. Anything else you want to talk about today? That's all I got. Oh, the Tesla, I give it like a fucking... Out of 100, I'm going to give it an 89. And here's why. I got the basic one. It can't be 100 or an A. It can't be a 90 or above. All right? Now, I believe if I get in an S-Type or a Model X that I come, and then I give it 100. But mine, I'm going to say it's an 89. Okay? This is a phenomenal piece of machinery. I like no longer contributing to the holes in the ozone layer that Ludacris told us about back when he did area codes. I like not having to worry about going to the gas stations. Gas stations are gross. The gas pumps are gross. The people are gross. Touching the handle, stop it, wipe. I like that element. The car is very fast. It's fun to drive. The sound speakers are awesome, phenomenal. It looks fucking great. People think I'm cooler than they did when I was driving around in the 2005 sedan.
I liked your Lexus because it smelled like a Lexus. People who have...
why I bought it, literally.
If you have a Lexus, you've ever ridden in one, you know that Lexuses have
that
this
smell,
and it's really good.
Wait till you get the Tesla scent up in those nostrils, though. It's different. The Lexus one is still the best smell I've ever gotten out of any car. I'll give you another one. Oh, man, what is it? Not Nissan. My mom's sister drove one of these fuckers, and it was the first time I ever got in one. It was a gear shift. I'm never going to remember. It doesn't matter. But
Jaguar?
No, it was like a regular people vehicle. I feel like you don't buy a Jaguar unless you're rich, right? Regular people aren't allowed to drive Jaguars, are we?
What do you think the entry-level Jaguar costs?
$68,000 base level. That's why I'm saying, like, I think you have to be rich to... I'm guessing. He's looking it up. Why didn't I say 69? Nobody knows.
You can get a 2018 Jaguar with 21K miles for $24K.
Yeah, but that's used. What's a brand new Jag cost?
I feel like anywhere I try to look that up, they're just going to show me the expensive ones.
And you're going to have to click through like 20 things to find the actual
the
answer to my
new
question.
Jaguar XZ is $40K.
Like when you go to Jaguar.com, it's like, give us your location, select a continent, select a market, select a language, insert your fucking 401k information, you know?
It looks like $40K is what we're dealing with here.
Okay. How much is a banana? Like $10?
It's like $10.
Huh.
I had a question for you.
Yeah.
How many years you been sober now?
3 and change.
Okay.
4 in October.
If you were to go into a bar right now and break your sobriety,
yeah,
what would you order?
Oh, that's a good question. I like this. Okay, so I have to think back on like what my favorite drinks were, right? And like, I'll be frank, I hated everything with vodka. When I look at drinking, there's never like I don't miss like it's not the concept of it, it's the camaraderie that came with it. And then there's only a couple that stand out, a couple drinks, types of alcohol that I really do miss. Red wine, I miss pretty much every day. Just because it was so good, man. Like, that wasn't even about the drunk. It was like none of it was really about the drunk. I never had an alcohol problem like that. It was like just lifestyle-wise, it didn't work for me in my anxiety. It gave me panic attacks every time I was hungover. But red wine, I miss. I'm not going to order that in a fucking bar, though. Certainly not ordering a fucking red wine after 3.5 years out of the game or whatever. No fucking way. By the way, I'm not bowing out. This is forever for me. But red wine, I miss. Margaritas, I miss so much.
It would be a marg.
I was a margarita monster, dude. Do you remember me? Did you ever go to Matt's with me?
I never went to Matt's with you.
People were like, honey, what do you want to drink for, or what do you want to get for food tonight? And then like they'd turn back and I'd have drank their drink. And they'd be like, Ross, what do you do? And I was just like, margs.
You didn't get Mexican martinis at Matt's?
Well, what I would often do is have 2 or 3 margaritas with floaters. Then, for dessert, as I would like frame it up in my own head, I would get a Mexican martini, which is like 2 or 3 drinks worth of alcohol.
They give you the shaker bottle.
I mean, it's like if they came over and they gave you like a handle. They're like, you know what? Just go to town. That's it. When you leave, you're fucked up. You're drunk.
It's like Big Little Night, and it's like, here you go. Here's a 5th.
You did it. Please don't die. What a stupid tradition that was.
It's very dumb.
Very dangerous. Dumb, Michael.
So you're going with margarita?
I think no, because this is the thing.
Whoa.
So back to the conversation. I can't go to the bar and order a margarita, and I can't order a margarita as my first drink. That's weird, and you know it's not going to taste right. That's way too much sugar, and you haven't had alcohol and sugar like that in many years. It wouldn't hit right. I think it would have to be something like fucking like a scotch, like something celebratory, you know, that's going to taste like shit no matter what to give me that kick back into the game. It would have to be something like that.
That would hit you so hard. I can't even imagine how low your tolerance is. You have none. You have 0 tolerance.
I don't have an alcohol tolerance anymore. It would fucking be devastating to my ability to stand up.
One shot would send you.
It's weird. Think about this. I haven't been drunk in so long that I don't remember what it's like. I genuinely don't remember. I have no fucking clue what that feeling of like a lack of inhibition felt like. I've completely lost the ability to imagine it. I bet it was tight, though. It seems like it would have been tight. Because I tell you, worrying about stuff all the time fucking sucks. So shouts to everybody out there who still gets to imbibe.
Yeah,
and shouts to everybody who doesn't. Good for you for stepping away from some shit that you don't like or that's not good for you.
I do like drinking. I enjoy it in moderation.
You fucking monster.
I obviously go out very little, even in the last few years before COVID. When you get older, you go out less opportunities, less people going out to go hang out with, kind of.
Well, just hopefully, like, you know, you start to do, like, life stuff instead of, like, just getting fucked up all the time.
One thing I do like about getting older is that you stop drinking hard liquor because you're more set on, like, not being massively hungover the next day.
Yes, that becomes an issue for people. Also, like, most of the people who have problems with alcohol have gotten to the point where they're like, I should avoid liquor.
That and the drinks with hard liquor are the worst tasting drinks. Oh, let me get a Diet Coke and a rum.
See, that's trash.
Jesus.
Everything about that is awful.
Nothing is good about a Diet Coke and rum.
You know how many times I ordered combos of some fucking soda and an alcohol that, like, in hindsight, sound and were terrible together?
Yeah, can I get a vodka root beer?
A vodka Sprite. Why would anybody order a vodka root beer? A vodka Sprite, though, like, even that. Hey, get me a Sprite. One of those sodas that LeBron slangs to the children that's terrible for you. Get me one of those Sprites. Then dump a bunch of alcohol into that because I need a vessel to make the alcohol taste less shitty. And I need the alcohol so that my brain gets soft.
So nowadays, I became IPA guy.
Okay.
When I was in college, I hated IPAs. I would never order an IPA. They're too hoppy. But what happened would be this.
Too hoppy?
I'd be out at bars, and 75% of beers on tap nowadays are IPAs.
Okay.
So I was like, okay, I'm not just gonna keep drinking the shitty random like.
It's a
lagers
problem
they
in
have.
Austin. They're fucking. Some of these bars, like if you go in and you're like, let me get a Miller Lite, they're like, they call the cops and then you're arrested.
Yeah,
it's awkward.
Miller Lite? You mean the Carl Kolsch from local St. Elmo Brewing? I'm like, well, I guess.
Yeah.
But I do.
No, literally though. There's places where if you went in and you ordered a Miller Lite, they would crack a joke like that and pour you like a beer that you didn't actually order, and then you would either pay for it or get out.
Yeah, so I became IPA guy because I wanted to be able to sample the actual full menus, and I really, really like IPAs now. I have a friend who drank so many IPAs that non-hoppy beer tasted terrible to him.
Okay, I have a question for you. Isn't there something fundamentally wrong with a hobby that requires you to do enough of the thing up front to eliminate your taste buds so that it no longer tastes like shit. I'll give you some examples. Drinking any beer. Whiskey. The first sip of beer you have, you're like, oh, this is horse piss. And then for some reason, like 4 years later, you're like, I'm going to try to get as many of those down as I can.
Whiskey guy.
Which makes up whiskey, any alcohol. They all taste god-awful, frankly. The taste of beer. So I tried to be IPA guy with you at Pine House Pizza. They've got a lot of IPAs at Pine House around the corner. Shouts to Pine House. Support your local Pine House Pizza. It's not even a small business, I don't think. I really don't give a fuck.
It is. It's
small. Oh, good. It's also a brewery. They have a fuck ton of IPAs, and it's one of those places where like you go in and you look at the beer menu and it's really overwhelming, and if you're not a hipster, you hate it. And frankly, I've never been good at beers, so I was just like, whatever, man. Yeah, what's your favorite IPA? I'm trying to be IPA guy. And he was like, let me give you the Dragon's Breath Falcon. And I was like, tight. Pours me one or whatever. He's like, it's one of the most popular ones. It's the best. It tastes like an old shoe. So you have to have 30 of them, and then they're really good. And I get it. It's that acquired taste. Same with cigars. Same with wine. Same with a lot of things. But why? Why don't we just find stuff that tastes good the first time you drink it and it gets you fucked up? Or, hear me out, we could stop drinking poison altogether and just smoke plants that grow from the ground. Just an idea.
I mean, I think...
I've been staring at you long enough, and you're right in front of this television to where, like, your hair is kind of blended in with the back of it, and now you're just starting to look like Jesus. Is that weird? There's also kind of this faint halo of light around your head because this light's been blinding me to my right for about, I don't know, how long we've been talking here? An hour and 2 minutes?
Yeah.
And you're looking Christ-like to me, which is strange because you're half Jewish.
I mean, he was full Jewish. What are you trying to say?
I'm trying to say that you don't believe he was the Son of God. Anyway. What do you believe, Jared?
I believe it's time to end the podcast.
We had a good show today, though, didn't we?
It was fun.
We had fun together, didn't we?
Had a lot of different conversations.
I'm going to say some things here that you might not like. Oh, you'll like them. Please support our sponsors who were kind enough to make today's show possible. FelixGrayGlasses.com/RBP. Get yourself the best blue light glasses in the game. LiquidIV.com, code Ross, 25% off anything at checkout. MyBookie.ag. Use the code RBP when you sign up for all your sports betting needs. And, of course, CutsClothing.com/RBP for 15% off, the only shirt worth wearing. And, of course, Tesla. No, I'm just kidding. They're not a sponsor. But, yeah, support our sponsors. Means a lot. Every single time one of y'all uses our sponsor code, goes to the URL, it makes it more likely that they will continue to be a sponsor, a partner, and make this show successful and keep us able to do it. So, appreciate y'all very much. The other way you can support us, of course, Jared, is to go to Patreon, where you and I will be putting out another episode on Friday. Now, this episode will be slightly different. Do you want to tell people why?
Because I'll be in the nude.
Jared's going to be in the nude. It'll also be ad-free. He will not, hopefully won't be in the nude. If he is in the nude, I'll try to make sure he's in the other room so I don't have to look directly at him. But it will be ad-free, as all episodes are on patreon.com/Ross Bolen podcast. The idea is that you come through, you sign up for one of the tiers, and support the show directly with a pledge, a monthly pledge, a minimum of $5. It gives you just $5. You could throw down $15 if you want. You could throw down $100 if you want. But just $5 will get you every single Friday episode we put out. We put out one additional episode every week. It's usually Friday. Friday episodes is what they're called, ad-free Fridays. All right? And when you sign up, you get access to all the recent ones that came out, so you can go listen to the backlog, and you'll have a Friday episode to look forward to this upcoming Friday. So if this show ends and you're like, God damn it, I need to hear more of those two, guess what? The last 3 Patreons have been phenomenal.
Very, very, very funny. Very unhinged. If you're like, I really like when Ross and Jerry kind of get off the rails and unhinged.
Patreon is the place where we go really deep and hard.
There's a bone zone on there.
There was a recent bone zone, which if you don't know what that is, you need to go right now to patreon.com/Ross Bolen podcast. Support this show. And get yourself some Bone Zone.
I'll leave you with this word of wisdom.
Close us out, Jared.
Come.
Peace be with you, and also with you. Ross Bolen Podcast.
Hello, baby.